Hi everyone. I know I promised you a snow globe card, so we're going to do a card on this, but not today, and the reason being is I want to show you the fastest way to do this so that you can reproduce it for Christmas cards, and somebody borrowed my 1 3/4 inch punch, which I need on this. So if you're looking forward to doing that snow globe card, come back on Wednesday night or Thursday night. It will be up by Friday, at the latest by Friday. And if you want to order that 1 3/4 inch punch in advance, you can do that too, because it'll make it much easier than using, say, a circle cutter. So in the meantime, just for today, I just wanted to show you how you can decorate your papers. Yesterday I did a haul video and I showed you a lot of glitter paper. And we do have some glitter paper in Stampin' Up! This year. We have the Holly Berry paper that has some glitter in it. But this one I think is Letters to Santa. And I want to show you how you can make your own glitter paper. There's actually about 4 or 5 techniques for doing that. So I'm going to try to show you a few of those today. So I've taken like one sheet of our Letters to Santa paper. It has all these different ornaments on it, and this is what I consider a smaller print. So if I hold my finger, you can see that the ornaments are less than one quarter of my finger in height. So these are smaller, and I've also cut the bigger ornaments, so you can see how much bigger they are, out of another sheet of the same designer series paper collection. Because I want to show you the difference in how I decide what I'm going to use for the glitter. It very often has to do with the scale of the image. So I'm going to start with the big one, and I'm going to introduce you to a couple of ideas. So we sell a VersaMark pen, and this pen is on sale from the Stampin' Up! Site. And it has 2 points. It has a fine point and it has a thicker point. I'm going to use the fine point. So all I'm going to do with the fine point is, and I hope you can see clearly, I'm going to color in the top of the ornament with the VersaMark pen. And I'm going to do that for all of the top of the ornaments. So I'm using the fine point, but actually this big one I could have used a big point. Okay. But you have 2 sides in order to make sure that you use the thin one only for fine detail, and then when you're hurrying up you can use the thicker one. So there I go. I'm going to take my new, this is something that came out this year, is the Pewter embossing powder. And I'm going to pour this powder on top of where I colored with my VersaMark pen. I'm just going to tap it off like you do normally. I'm going to heat emboss this. I'm not going to make you hear that and watch that, so I'll be right back. So I've done my heat embossing, and if you look carefully you'll see that now I have a lovely shine on the top of my ornament. I actually embossed right onto my designer series paper to add depth to that ornament. Okay, let's try another technique. I'm just going to move that aside. I'm going to try a couple on this same piece. We have another new product that's called Dazzling Diamonds, and this is like a glitter glue. So the Dazzling Diamonds glitter glue, I'm just going to take it, and you see these thin lines? Because this point is so sharp, you see how pointy that is? I'm going to be able to literally use it like a pen. It takes a minute for it to start coming out. I can draw my glitter right onto these white lines. And it's very quick. And I think the reason this is so fast and easy is because of the point. Okay? And I don't rush through this. It is quick, but I'm not trying to run a race. So I went one direction on the lines, and now I'm going to go the other. Now here's the thing I'm going to say to you while I'm doing this. Whenever you do this method, because this method stays liquid the longest out of all the methods, you need to do this either last or after you've put your card together or your layout together. And the reason is because this has to dry, and it needs a minimum of 15 minutes to dry. Thin lines like this, but the thicker your lines, the longer I would suggest it drying. So sometimes what I'll do is I'll save this little embellishment step for last. I hope you can see how beautiful that sparkles. I'll save it for last and let it dry overnight. It's a gorgeous sparkle. Alright, another thing, I'm going to use these Sakura pens. Sakura sells these lovely glitter pens in a variety of colors as well as clear. I like to use clear because clear will not mask your color. So with Stampin' Up, we love the way we can coordinate our papers with our inks, with our embellishments, and so we don't want to lose the tones of our colors. Okay, I like to do this especially with very thin items on the paper, such as this line. So here's a string. This is holding up the ornament. So I'm just going to take my glitter pen and kind of draw over that string anywhere that I want it to blink. So you can see now that the pen has created a sparkle. Okay, now down. And then I have a sparkle there now in the middle. So we've got a lot of sparkle going on with a little bit of effort here. I'm going to show you one more method. Okay, so I've taken out our bright silver glitter, which is a very fine glitter, and I've taken out my two-way glue pen. I'm going to take the two-way glue pen, and if I hold it on its side, it's a very thin point. So it's the glue pen, it's how you hold it as to how thin the point's going to be. Hold it on the side, it's going to be thin. Hold it on flat, it's going to be thicker. Kind of like a fountain pen. And all I'm doing is outlining this ornament with the two-way glue pen. Now you could use a pen glue. So there are a lot of glues on the market that are just, they are shaped like pens, and so they're very, very, very fine. You can get those too. But I like to use my two-way glue pen because of how quickly it dries. Now I'm going to put this over a tube piece of paper, you know, paper folded, and then I'm just going to drop my very fine glitter on it. I'm one of those people that by the time I get done with glitter, sometimes it's all over me, but I still love it. So once I've got the glitter on there, I will again tap. I like to tap the back of the paper. And now we've got our final method of glittering our paper. So you can see, if you look at the difference, this one has more of a silver tone, but it's very brilliant. This one over here has more of a clear tone like glass. The pen is the most discreet glitter. And the embossing gives you your biggest shine. So I hope you can see this. Movies and photos have a really hard time capturing sparkle, but really easy ways to dress up your designer paper. Now I can cut these out, put them on a scrapbooking page or on a card. Really great idea. If you notice this little piece I had made for a scrapbook page, it's all glittered, and I actually cut the big one out and put it there because this is going to go on the lower corner of one of my scrapbook pages. So try it out, see if you like it.